Hello, welcome to the home of Soundcraft, our headquarters in Hertfordshire in the United Kingdom. Today we're here to take you through the MFX consoles, a new series of mixers from Soundcraft. My name's John Hurricane, I'm the Programs Manager for the Mixer Group in the UK, and my colleague Richard Ayres, who's the Product Manager for these consoles, is going to take you through the feature set.
Hello, so here we are with the Soundcraft MFX 12, part of a new range of mixers designed and engineered in the UK by Soundcraft. Let's take a quick look at the package before going into some detail. Construction is a rugged all-steel construction as you'd find on bigger products, our tour consoles like the GBs and the MH. Round the back is direct AC inlet, so no need for an external wall transformer or worries about fluctuating mains voltages. And the compact chassis can be 19-inch rack mounted if you need. Let's have a look at the audio channels. There are 12 mic pre's on this console, 2 dedicated stereo channels, the Lexicon module, which we'll learn a lot more about later, an additional effects return, and a 2-track input. That gives you a total of 20 inputs to the mix. There are 3 auxiliary or effects buses, 2 subgroups, left and right stereo buses, and a wealth of outputs including monitors, headphones and record. So suitable for hooking up to almost any system.
Okay, let's take a look at the console in more detail. We'll start with an input channel. At the top of the channel, you'll see the XLR input for microphones. Below that, the line input for instruments such as keyboards or guitars. And below that, the insert point. This allows you to insert external processors should you wish to. We also have a gain control, a very high resolution gain control with an associated peak LED, allowing you to set the maximum signal to noise ratio and get the best possible quality from the audio. Below that we have a high pass filter to eliminate troublesome frequencies before they're recorded. And then we have the 3-band with a swept mid EQ. We then have the auxiliary sends, 3 of those on each channel. And finally we have a standard pan control, an illuminated mute button, a PFL or pre-fade listen for every channel, and then the mix or the sub routing button. Below that we have a signal present LED, allowing you to see when audio is running through the channel. Okay, that concludes the channel. Let's take a look at the master section. Up at the top we have the phantom power switch. This enables phantom power simultaneously for all of the microphone inputs. We then have record in and playback out, unbalanced. We have a foot switch input associated with the Lexicon effects unit. We then have balanced XLR outputs for the mix bus and balanced jack outputs for the subgroup bus. We have the stereo inputs. We have the stereo return input, again with their own gain controls and peak LEDs. We then have the monitor output and the headphones output. Both of those again have individual level control. We then see the main meters and AFL PFL indicator. Underneath that we have the auxiliary master controls, and finally down at the bottom you'll see the 2-track level controls and the all-important output master faders.
Let's take a look at some of the technologies that make the MFX console sound so good. We'll start with the mic pre. This is the GB30 design, which was created for our high-end tour sound consoles. Why is it so good? Its very linear response and controlled overload characteristics mean that the sound stays transparent under almost all working conditions, letting you get the very best performance from your microphones. Moving down the channel, we have the equalizer, also from the GB series, designed for our high-end consoles, but here in a more compact form. The tight cues and wide frequency sweep mean that it's easy to focus on cutting or boosting the sounds that you want without colouring effects on either side. And lastly, to create that perfect mix are the aux send controls. These can be globally switched pre or post fader to create a combination of effects or monitor mixes, giving you the control you need to create the mix that you want.
Okay, let's take a look at the Lexicon effects. And please remember that we're the only company that are allowed to integrate Lexicon effects into our consoles. Let's start with the Lexicon effects programs. There are 32 of these within each console. And for ease of use, they're listed on the front panel so that you can see exactly which program you're about to recall. Each of the programs has 3 individual parameter adjusts, allowing you complete configuration of every program, tuning it to your exact requirements. Because each of the programs can be stored using the Store button at the bottom of the channel, each parameter adjust also has an LED indicating when the parameter matches the stored value. Of course, the effects can be routed back into the auxiliary buses for monitoring. We also have an illuminated mute control, a tap tempo button allowing you to synchronize the delays perfectly to your music source, a signal present LED allowing you to see when audio is running through the effects unit, and finally a 60mm master output control. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning into this broadcast. We really appreciate your time. We hope that you've got all the information that you need to go out and make the best possible purchase. We'd just like to close with this simple message. We've been doing this for an awfully long time. We consider ourselves experts at what we do. And we know that at the end of the day, these consoles need to sound great. Ours do. Thank you and goodbye.